Hey, what's going on, guys? Laz here, as always, and welcome back to episode 7 of Slay the Princess, I think. Since it was requested of me to see the other endings, I'm going to keep on doing that and putting it up, so if you guys, as always, want to see me play other games, please let me know. Without further ado, let's hop right on in.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay, so we're going to continue the cabin.
You make your way up the
So, I do want to put it out there real quick that I have looked up what the other endings are. Not like what they are, but like their titles. Because if I wanted to go through and see if there was a title that I didn't recognize, that I didn't get, so that way we could all see them together. So I don't know what they are, what they look like, how they act, and stuff like that. So I just know how to start down that path, and then from there we'll take things as they go. But that's pretty much all it is. Like I didn't see any of the endings. I don't know what they are, what they look like, any of that. I just know how to start that path. So let's go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale.
Okay. So to start this one,
You
need
take
to
the
the blade into the basement, blah, 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 blah. Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down.
She's focused on.
And there you are.
Okay, steal
Are
your
you here
nerves
to-
and step
You
forward.
step forward.
Oh? No, I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason.
Yeah, it's just
right.
we've seen all this.
You
Okay. Now from here, we just need to drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, I've said it once and I'll say it again. I do enjoy playing this game, and one of the big reasons why is this voice actress here is very, very good. I know that's very bad commentary, but there's really no other way for me to say it without getting demonetized. I mean, come on. The voice is
Against your
amazing.
better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Oh, sorry about that.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I remember all this. Okay, we're just gonna go through some of these dialogues and see what happens. Pretty
I know.
awkward. I've been told things.
Believe me.
Nope.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear?
Yes.
Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Okay. Okay, we talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what—
You know why.
Yes. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Okay, so this is pretty similar to what we've gone through before.
You walk up to the chains binding
I
the
think for
princess to
the
the wall and give them a
Thorn, I
tug.
believe.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Doubtful. Whoever locked
Okay, so this is all through the key.
Well,
Upstairs and check. Return to the bottom of the stairs. Okay.
You make your way back
So
to
this
the
is
bottom.
where
Easier
we-
for whom?
So this is where we diverted before. Last time we chose to save the princess, and we ended up cutting off her arm, which that was a gruesome scene. But now we're just gonna kill her.
Without hesitation,
Damn.
you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
you bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Like the big anime eyes.
It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you.
I've seen
I'm not
much
so
evidence to the
sure.
contrary, my friend.
Don't waver
Okay.
now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you.
Ooh.
The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow
Whoa.
stronger than the last, shattering bone and rupturing tissue with reckless abandon.
If you look right here, you can actually see like there's like a chunk of flesh missing out of her shoulder. That's oh god, dude. The artwork for how simple it is in this game is so moving in a way, not just because of that, but what I mean by that is like every detail that you can see here is showing you exactly how desperate the situation is for her. Because like, look, you can see like the hair is coming out of place. Like especially like over here, like no matter what happens, she's not breaking eye contact. And in an actual fight, when someone is desperately trying to survive, their eyes are wide like this. They have like everything is going on. So if you don't know, in a fight or flight response, when something really like balls to the wall insane is going down, it's a bad situation, your eyes will actually dilate as a fear/survival response. And the reason for that is that the more your pupils are dilated, the more light comes in, the more information comes in, and like, you know, you're able to take more in the more your eyes are dilated. So even on a bright sunny day, your eyes will still dilate because it's trying to receive as much information as possible to give you enough information to try to survive. So the fact that they're making her eyes like a lot bigger than they would normally be, like especially like the, you know, the iris and the pupil and stuff like that, it's such a great way to show that she's like desperately trying to fight you. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but it's still really interesting to see that effect at work here. And that's actually something a lot of people don't know. So in those fight or flight responses, that's why stuff like flashbangs and, you know, flash grenades, those work so well, because if they're in that situation, their eyes are gonna be dilated and it's gonna be that much more painful when the light hits. Oh, God, I love the science behind this kind of stuff. Sorry.
Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes.
And with that whole tangent I just went on, I will say that like that's most likely not what's going on. It's probably just like, you know, their stylistic choice and stuff like that. But there are certain things that in this game I've come to notice. They're very small details about how they draw the princess, how they wrote the dialogue, and even just the inflection of their voice when they go through certain lines. Every part of it has such a big like psychological effect to the player playing the game that it's actually really fascinating. And as somebody who's studied psychology for a long time, like the subtle details in this game are incredible, and it's so well written in my opinion. Like I don't care who you are, I doubt anyone could play this game and not find something to really like about it. Like, oh, it's so good.
We can still turn this around.
Give up?
Are you serious? As the force of her blows overwhelms your body, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering uselessly to the cobblestones below. I suppose you just lacked the will to finish the job.
I lack many things, my friend.
The princess, wounded but still alive, stands to face you.
Damn. So, I wonder if this is going to make her seem like... Because, you know, as we've established, the whole perception is reality thing. I wonder how this is going to change our perspective of her, of the princess and the environment in Chapter 2. Like, is she going to be like some, like, big brawler, or just, like, this, like, impossibly strong kind of deity? Or is it just going to be, like, some sort of, like, feral wild animal at us, like with, like, nothing but pure survival instinct? I'm so fascinated to see.
She places a confident heel on your
Hello, ma'am.
chest and pushes you to the ground.
I mean, I'm not saying that.
Her knee slides to your throat and your windpipe
Yes?
is crushed under weight you didn't think her frame could possibly possess.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Pathetic.
Hey, my mom said the same thing.
This is the end, isn't it?
Oh, shit.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yes. Okay, this is the one I was trying to find, the tower. So,
You're on a path. You're here to
yeah, as I said, so I looked up the title and how to get there, and if it was a title I didn't recognize, then I would go for it. So I don't know what's happening. I just know what it's called. It's called the tower. So let's go. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Just a second.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you want,
Oh,
I guess I don't have a say here.
okay. Okay, we got bro back. Okay. I swear to God, if somehow in all of this, Smitty...
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The
Hello
only
there,
furniture
Caesar.
of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm trying to do some sort of like psychoanalysis in a way. So I wonder if what they're showing here is the task that we see before us because of what she did to us last time, how easily she seemed to overpower us despite her injuries, makes the idea of actually being able to slay the princess seem like such a tall and grand order, so difficult that it feels out of reach, and that's why this pillar is so tall. You need a ladder to reach it, because that's symbolic of the whole, like, killing her seems so out of reach that, like, you stand very little chance. That's why there's like the big huge door. Everything seems so big and imposing because that's how we're viewing her because of what she was able to do to us. Ugh.
The blade is your implement.
I could be wrong.
You'll need
it could
it if
just
you
be a
want to do
stylistic
this right.
choice. It could just be a stylistic choice, but I think that's what they're going for here.
Why do we feel so small?
Exactly.
We don't feel small. We are small.
Yes. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral
Okay.
staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell
Wait.
of incense drifts up from below. For a moment,
Yo.
you almost feel at ease. Huh,
Interesting.
this is actually kind of nice.
God, that would be
It's still a
so
stone
intimidating,
basement.
man.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Realistically, like I've done a lot of like climbing and stuff like that, especially during my time in the army and stuff like that. And one of the things that people don't seem to realize is that even like something as tall as I am, I'm 5'10" and I had like around 5'10". It's been a while since I've been measured, but even just that height right there, just jumping up your own height, even pulling yourself up, can actually be pretty difficult for the average person if they're not, conditioned and physically fit, which most Americans aren't. But being able to do that is actually kind of difficult. So, and if you're in like a high stake situation, like you're running away, it's just going to be that much worse. Oh,
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
okay. Booming. I like
Is
it.
that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Okay, this is what I was talking about in the last episode. That like nice subtle echo showing that like there is like, a powerful voice coming from below. That is perfect. The only thing that would have made it better is if they could somehow bass boost it so that way there's a bit of like a rumble in the headphones. That would make it sound so imposing.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue down the stairs. This is so...
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
So I do just want to say, I apologize for kind of going off on these little rants and stuff like that. I'm enjoying this game so much that it brings up a lot of like personal experiences I've had. I do apologize. But like what he was saying right here, like you have to clamber over the edge before dropping down to the next. That honestly reminds me of some of the, like back in training, one of the exercises we had to do was this like obstacle course. And one of the things to finish it off was you and your team had to ascend this tower where each level was like spaced like slightly farther apart, and you had to like brace yourself against the log, like lace your hands together and lift up your teammate, and they had to pull you up. And since I was always the bigger guy, they would pull me up last, so they always had, so it wasn't like, they're trying to lift me up. So but we actually had a situation where they got towards the top of the tower, and one guy didn't know he had a fear of heights. And when he got to the top, all of a sudden he started getting kind of like, he looked down, he said it looked like the ground was pulling away from him in a way that made him so dizzy. He actually like semi passed out, fell off of the tower. Luckily there's always, obviously they had like the padding down there to cushion us just for safety's sake, and he was okay. But it was one of those things that like seeing somebody fall from a height like that is kind of terrifying. Like regardless of like, it's a training situation or anything like that, seeing somebody fall from a height like that, it was terrifying. I was one of the first people to try to run up and like make sure that he was okay, because I just saw a body falling and I was like, I don't want to see that hit the ground, because my brain forgot that there was like padding underneath. Oh my God. It was such a surreal situation seeing somebody in that state, man. It was, oh. And I do apologize. I might leave this in and see how you guys feel about it. If you don't like me telling these stories, you just want to get on with the game, just let me know and I'll cut these rants out. I enjoy sharing my personal experiences,
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight.
Hello.
A figure framed by a stained glass window.
But she's
her
still
long
chained
hair
up.
billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do.
Interesting.
I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Okay, so our character is basically seeing her as like a god, essentially. That is very interesting. Huh.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Can you please get out of my ear with this kind of dialogue, ma'am?
You brought that knife again.
Yes.
Even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
I've been told I have a charming audacity about me.
Drop it.
Okay. Tighten your grip.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Yo, this is awesome, man. So, in a narrative, this is something I love. Like for me, I play D&D. I'm a nerd. I get it. Fuck off. Whatever. Listen. When I make my own custom campaigns, I love making the BBEG. Like, I love it when my party runs into them towards the beginning of the game, and they are just so overwhelmingly powerful. They defy the rule book. Like, you could be sitting there talking to them, and all of a sudden they just snap your fingers, and you lose your voice. That's not even a spell. Well, it could be silence, but like something simple could be like, one of their minions is like, we should kill them now. And then he just snaps his fingers and he just melts into a puddle of chocolate milk. Like, just make him so absurdly powerful and like unreasonably unmatchable. And then later on, as they progress with the story, it's one of those like, oh, he has it because of a source of power, or we can do something about it to bring him down to our level. But if we try to fight him without that, we are screwed, and he is letting us live. Make them terrifying. I love that kind of narrative, like twist to villains and stuff like that. Don't make them, like reasonably strong where it's like, okay, if we all work together, we can do this. Make it so like if we see him, we need to run. A run on sight order. And you hope you get away.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember?
Oh, man.
Are you really just going to let that happen to us?
Yes.
I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
You better snap yourself out of it before Smitty shows up, then we're all screwed.
Neil.
Who's that? Neil Patrick Harris? Random cameo? No. I'm feeling defiant.
Are you still trying to defy me?
Yes.
I said Neil.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death?
Ooh. Ooh.
Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I trust to deal with her.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then, and there's nothing we can do to stop her now.
He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before, and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
The narrator said I'm not supposed to tell you that, I'm supposed to kill you. Just say no.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
That's not gonna fly, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Pick up that needle.
I don't do drugs. I said no.
She wants.
I was in the DARE program,
No
you
objections
bastard.
here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but as your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight.
Oh, the
Some
blade,
divine
that
hand
needle.
that
Okay.
sits unperceived by your senses, but then manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
The puppeteer's not unseen. She's right there. Whoa. Oh, shit. All of your options are blocked out. That's so cool. Your only option is to pick. That is so clever. That is so clever that they literally block your options so you have to do what she says.
You
Oh,
reach
that's
forward
so cool.
and grasp the blade.
Let me just save real quick. Okay.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you so. Oh, that's so cool. I love
You can
this.
feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silence.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground.
Yes.
We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Okay, she's giving me like Galadriel like vibes, like from like OG Lord of the Rings, like when you first meet her and then that scene happened. It's an old movie. If there's spoilers, go fuck yourself. But if you know the scene I'm talking about with Galadriel, like when she's talking to Frodo and stuff like that, that's the vibe I'm getting right now. It's just like, oh God.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What?
Okay. I'm sorry. That is such a genuine reaction. Just what? Dude, that was
Don't have to
amazing.
listen to her.
Oh my
You're
God.
armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
I can't get over just the what? Oh my God.
We'll end this all right.
That was so good.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Ooh. Slay the princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
You see, in this situation, it's like the narrator's your friend.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
But I like my lungs.
I'm sorry.
Always help me see life with a breath of fresh air. I'm sorry.
As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility.
I love the face. She's looking at there and she's looking around. It's like, oh, did you see what he did? I never could have predicted that.
Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Oh, I know exactly the small hiss he's talking about. God damn.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it.
Aha.
Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece.
God damn.
At least for now.
Also, I love the fact that whenever there's blood on your blade, like in the scene and stuff like that, your little cursor has blood on it too. I could probably zoom in on that for you.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Slay the princess.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
Okay. I do just want to say real quick that the use of color in this game is actually really interesting too. The fact that everything is like a black, white, and gray and stuff like that, and that the only other color that tends to show up is either a blue or a red, makes those colors pop a lot more significantly. So like the color theory behind that is so interesting. Like the psychological aspect of seeing like the red just immediately grab your attention as something dangerous and painful is it's simple but clever.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
The narrator starts clapping.
My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
Ah.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet.
God.
Your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat.
Oh,
The
hi there.
princess kneels down,
Oh, she's
lifting your chin
big.
with her finger as her face lowers
Oh.
to yours.
Oh, she real big.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it.
Okay, hold on.
Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
how
I'm rambling
thoughtful
again.
of her.
It's a mercy. Take it.
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
I mean, the narrator's not inherently wrong. I mean, usually people only start negotiating when they notice something that's like out of their control that they want to bring under their control. It's a very common negotiation tactic. I'm yours, or it's like, ooh, I wish that the resist option was there.
No.
I don't know why it wouldn't be. No.
Yes.
Run.
But your body trembles, struggling to defend
Damn.
itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will.
Damn.
You finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance.
Oh, severed Achilles tendon. Your calf muscle is gonna rescind back up into the leg. Ooh. Oof.
She falls to the floor, crashing
God, look at that.
unceremoniously
Oh.
to her knees.
God, she is huge. Like, is this our perspective? Like, we're actually looking up at her like that? Because, god damn.
But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest.
God.
As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
We can do this, can't we?
She's about to smack the shit out of us.
You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
Ooh. Ooh, there's a game on my Steam wishlist that's for sale. Oh, shit. I know what I'm playing when I get back from vacation.
It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
I've been told that a lot throughout my life. Those exact words.
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes
Backhand.
out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body.
I know that sound.
As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest.
God, that wet pop of like a bone being broken or dislocated, like your shoulder being dislocated. Oh, I heard that sound a lot when I was in wrestling. Ooh.
Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact.
What in the anime?
You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
Listen.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
So is the broken gonna become now the voice of the cold?
Aside from the pain, I feel fine. She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
Just sitting there. Worth it.
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Well, I mean, there's still time.
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something.
Sorry.
I guess.
Oh, God. Lightheaded.
Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
For half a second, I thought that said chapter 3, the furry. I was like, how did we go from a god to a furry? Oh.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
That's what I'm saying. This reminds me of God of War 1 when you go down to Hades.
I think he's upset. And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Ooh, stubborn. Okay.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was and ever will be.
You're damn right we did. And you'll get over it.
The music is really good.
I can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed. Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her, and it's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it?
True.
Well, this is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly, you've already been here. Yeah, you think?
Actually, I don't think we have been here. This is all different.
Dude, the music is starting to pick up.
Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that.
The guitar, the subtle guitar in the back, that's like the main part of it. Oh. This is so good.
Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods. If reality seems distorted, it's because reality is distorted.
By our perception.
So you knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able to restart like this. Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, I haven't seen these before, I don't think.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
We died. If you didn't submit to her, for all we know,
Oh
that
my
wouldn't have
God.
happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it. Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there. It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
I'm done with this. Bye. Alright, let's go.
Good.
Oh,
We're all on the
squishy,
same page.
fleshy sounds.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize,
I can't wait to
things
see what
can
she
go
looks
back
like
to how
now.
they were before.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
All right, proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a place that
Ooh.
feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction,
Interesting.
carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat.
Gross. But it honestly kind of reminds me of the cordyceps infection from The Last of Us. I need to play The Last of Us again. It's been a long time since I played that game.
That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine
Ew.
blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
I don't like all this. Ugh. Big
You
blade.
take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the good.
Okay, yes. Yep, approach the mirror.
You step. All we see is a bit. Wipe the. What are you? But it has smacked. Though you.
Yes,
Do
yes,
whatever.
we know that there's a mirror. Smash the mirror.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the base. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and
This
grandiose.
also kind of reminds me of
The high vaulted
like
ceiling
Doom
stretches up
2016
into a
and Doom
gloom
Eternal.
beyond your
Both great
sight,
games, by the way.
while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
Gross. But yeah, I remember playing Doom Eternal on stream, and I remember making the mistake of saying, yeah, no, I'm gonna bump it up to a harder difficulty, and every time I die, I have to do 10 push-ups every time I die. I ended up doing over, like 150 push-ups during the course of one stream. Dude, my body was dead, because I did all of that, like, within the span of, like, 45 minutes.
The air is
Before the
thick,
people in my chat were
its
begging me
odour
to
an
stop because they
oppressive
saw how much it
violence.
hurt.
The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains.
Gross.
If the princess lives here, her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart?
Nope.
Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
Kinky.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination, and we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
It doesn't matter what we are.
Well,
She
she's the
needs
abomination.
saying,
Does that mean that we're
and
whole?
we've got the means to do it, so let's get a move on. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood,
shit!
a deep, sickening red that drips down
Whoa!
in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
I see this face right here and just meh. Dude, that design is sick. Oh my god.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Oh, wait a minute. Here, zoom in on this right here. Thank you. If you look, that's not like a chest piece of armor. That's literally her skin pulled open and pinned in place. You can see the pins like right along here. Oh my god. Yo, this is sick.
Do you know what I'm
Look at her feet.
going to do to you?
I have a few ideas. Oh,
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh.
dude, that design is nuts, man.
And then,
Oh
with a
no!
nauseating sound, the skin tears.
Oh!
It plops to the ground. And she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
Oh god! Oh, the degloving! Oh, I hate degloving things. Oh!
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Wait a minute, hold up. Oh my god. That's not a dress, that's her fucking skin! That's what he meant! Oh my god! That's just her skin! Yo!
It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her.
This is
It's
nuts!
the punishment I deserve for letting it happen. Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
What happened to you? Wait, we don't have to do this. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry for what I did to you. Please just listen to me. I'm going to end you. Ooh. I'm going to end you. Let's do it.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Okay, I was not expecting the tower path to take this kind of turn, man.
Your heart free of fear, you charge
look at them
towards the
thighs.
princess, your eyes locked on each other,
Oh
both of
my
you prepared
God.
to lay down your very essence in one blow.
This is nuts.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
Agreed.
With a horrifying squelch,
Ah!
you are unwound.
Yo, my bits.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever.
I need those.
I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
Holy shit. Yes, thank you, Cthulhu. Can you put my insides back inside, please? I was not expecting that, dude. I thought we were going to fight back a little bit. True to her word, you do not die by her hand, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Okay. Okay, approach the mirror. Yeah. Gaze into your reflection. The drippy. The moist. You're all welcome. One quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Blah, 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 blah. Approach her. All right, here we go.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become whenever you are ready.
Okay, yeah. Okay. You have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. But there is passion and empathy in her misery. She will make for a burning heart.
Interesting.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Oh my god, dude. When like she like pulled the flesh off of her arm and like just like the degloving injury like that. I've seen stuff like that. It is, oh god, it is so horrible to see, man. God. Okay. I think that's everything. I'm ready to go back.
I await your. We will meet again.
So right now I'm mostly just interested because we've already seen all the other dialogue. So right now I'm mostly just interested in okay, save. Okay, so now at this point I'm mostly just interested to see what the endings are and what the overall being thinks of that perspective and stuff. That was nuts. I wasn't expecting something so intense, dude. That was actually a lot of fun. Oh my god. All right, well, that'll do it for the tower, guys. If y'all want to see anything else, please let me know. I'm always willing and open to trying new games. If I play something you guys recommend and I'm not really feeling it, not really feeling like it would make a good video, I'll still play it and have fun, but you know, I may or may not upload it. It's just kind of what I feel is like good for the channel. It's like that, you know? But if you enjoyed yourself today, you enjoyed the narrative of the game, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I always appreciate it. And I want to build our community, man. Like, come on. But as always, guys, this has been Laz. I love you all. Stay safe. And until the next video, bye.